In this discussion, we will be taking a case study on various health issues. Actually, we would be considering uh, we would be having actually a discussion on the data about the women's health on and before and after pregnancy and all. So let us begin with the case study. Karnataka's what was mentioned in the case was Karnataka's maternal mortality ratio (MMR) dropped from 108 live births per lakh in 2014 to 16 to 97 births per lakh in 2016-17. And the MMR is an important indicator determining a state's public health. So Karnataka, however, after dropping also, it remained at country's 11th and 5th position among the southern states, while Kerala has the lowest MMR in 42 live births per lakh, and Assam has the highest, that is 229 live births per lakh. In the districts such as Kalaburagi, Raichur, Gadag, Kopal, Yadgir and all, the maternal mortality is quite high. This is mainly due to the poor behavior of people here looking for the health. The government is working on increasing the institutional deliveries here through intensified awareness camps. So what the case talk about is the visit to these sub centers, and Miss Kavita said us the high risk pregnancy are the major medical issues that they are focusing upon. And as we advance with our discussion, the ANM explained us the major problems about the issue. We had gone through a number of surveys and medical records to bring in some statistics that we got from the sub center of the village. Karnataka has been in news in 2018 for there is a sharp decline in maternal mortality rate. So just out of curiosity, we had a discussion with the ANM and ASHA workers at the sub centers of the village. There we got to know the main reason of the risk factor during pregnancy and how they are tackling with it. Mairada, on the other hand, has organized camps for creating awareness among children and pregnant women about nutrition. This is the number of HRP per year against the pregnant women. Like the total pregnant ladies are 122 and high pregnancy cases are 18. High risk pregnancy case, that increases the percentage as 11.84. That is quite alarming now. These data shows us that there is around 12% high risk pregnancy cases almost every year, as you can see in the percentage column. 11.84, 8.84, we have taken an average actually. The numbers shows us that 12 pregnant women are prone to high risk out of 100. The PHC doctor informed us the maximum cases of high risk pregnancy was due to the nutritional deficiency, which should be curbed, and the high risk pregnancy threat is dreadful risk which the fetus and the mother remain under. Miss Kavita first made us understand what exactly the risk is. So let us explain. A high risk pregnancy is one that presents a higher risk to the mother or her fetus than a normal pregnancy. Pregnancy puts extra physical and emotional stress on the body of a woman. Health problems that occur before a woman become pregnant or during pregnancy may also increase the likelihood for a high risk pregnancy. With the discussion with Mrs. Kabita, actually we got to know the reasons as mentioned in the case. It is the reason being the village Bankur receives very minimum rainfall, so they don't have a good vegetation. So they lack the green vegetables from their diet, and These makes a lot of diseases related to pregnancies. Few of those diseases are like what we got to know from the case was vaginal bleeding, severe headaches, pain or cramping in the lower abdomen, watery vaginal discharge, that is in a gush or a trickle, regular or frequent contractions, tightening sensation in the abdomen, disease, fetal activity, pain or burning with urination, changes in vision including blurred vision. These were the some symptoms, and what we got to know in the case was, she also said those women did not go for regular checkups until they visited them on a nutritional awareness camp organized in the villages. So women were actually not readily going to the health centers, and they visited only and only when any camps were being established. That the reason may be due to the distance and the lack of transportation available in that area. Some major reasons apart from consumption of green vegetable were that those who have height below 5 feet, the women with shorter heights have shorter and lower weight fetus. This indicates that the baby may take birth in a malnutrition condition. Moreover, the major issue is that the length of pregnancy becomes shorter. These leads to preterm birth of babies, which is a very risk factor for both babies and the mother. And second reason would be getting pregnant after the ages of 35. Generally the age within which pregnancy should happen is 18 to 34. After this the body is not healthy and can create problems during pregnancy. Some of the consequences are like high BP, gestational diabetes, premature delivery and miscarriage. Hence doctor advised to avoid pregnancy in 30s at the village level. The hemoglobin level of pregnant women should be maintained above 9 gdl. Hemoglobin during pregnancy can fall as low as 10. The normal hemoglobin is in non-pregnant women is 12 to 16 g slash dl. It ranges between 10 to 14 g slash dl in that units actually. G slash dl is the unit for measuring it in pregnant women. So if it falls below 9 unit G slash DL, then it causes the mother cardiovascular problems, reduced immune functions and fatigue. And breech position of the fetus in the uterus. This is a position where the fetus legs are aimed towards the cervix. This position is very dangerous as this can cause a lack of oxygen to the fetus brain due to prolapse, umbilical cord, traumatic head injury, spinal cord fracture, and can have grave problems during labor. Actually, in these conditions, the umbilical cord seems to circulate around the neck of the fetus, so it is quite risky. This kind of conditions. So these were some of the problems as mentioned in the case. Then what we got to know was nutritional awareness camps were organized in 2018 for 2 times with free checkups and free supplements. They were taught about the importance of nutrition for the ladies who are pregnant. Their families were requested to take extra care of them, to bring them to the PHC for regular checkups. So what we came to learn from the case was women or the villages were actually not completely aware about the health problems regarding the pregnancy, and also they were due to lack of financial support or the natural barrier, the like low rainfall, that caused them to consume less nutritional diet during the pregnancy period. So this was our overall case study discussion. Now I would be moving to giving you an overall summary about our entire discussion. So in this unit we started with looking at parameters to look for the mentoring and evaluation of the project. we moved on to the parameters set for the project to be monitored and evaluated. Each project has different dimensions to be looked at, and no two projects are under similar conditions in terms of geography or socio-economic parameters. So even the project funding agency has different goals to fulfill. We then moved on to one of the prime exit points in form of developing a feedback mechanism. Then we moved on to parameters in place for developing a feedback. Then we discussed about SDGs and the parameters that are developed in establishing a standardized feedback loop. And finally, we ended our discussion with a case study that takes into account a sustainability goal and develops a feedback parameters around it. So I hope you liked our discussion, our entire discussion on this chapter.